It's Week 17 of the NFL, and the spotlight is on George Kittle, who's now over 1,000 yards receiving on the season. It's the 49ers and the Lions under the lights on Monday night.
We've all waited long enough to get here. It's time for some football as we welcome you to the NFL on EA Sports. From up in the booth, Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you for this contest, and pretty obvious what this one is framed around, right, partner?
What do you think, the two quarterbacks?
There you go, nailed it. The two quarterbacks who are both right now. Punter Mitch Wishnowsky ready to do the honors? And off we go in Monday Night Prime Time. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So the Lions take the field for their first drive. And leading them out in his 9th NFL season, he experienced a real resurgence last year. It's Jared Goff.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Big catch made, and he got both feet in. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up, and they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Here's Goff. He's got the hook up to Cooper. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first. Tight end in motion right. On first down, it's Goff. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. They send the tight end in motion. After the sack, another pass on second down. That's into the hands of Moreau. And they get this down to the 28. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Goff. St. Brown there to bring it in.
You know, Kate, that's exactly what that coverage was meant for. Make the quarterback throw it short, go up and rally, and get yourself off the field.
Bates' kick is up and good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Return starts at the 3. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. And bringing them out, you cannot call him irrelevant ever again. Took his team to the Super Bowl last year. It's Brock Purdy.
Some tough luck last week for this quarterback, Kate. 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception, and you just know the way it works. These coaches love to tell us they always think about the losses. They sting way more than the wins. It's the same thing with the quarterback. He's not thinking about the touchdowns. He's thinking about correcting that interception and knowing right here he's got to play some clean ball.
No one open, so he chucks this to another county. Injuries like these haven't stopped them from locking up a playoff spot, Brock. They've been able to fight through them to remain one of the best teams in the entire conference.
I mean, I love that word, fight. It's definitely the key one here. There's been tremendous fight, grit, toughness up and down this roster to keep their level of play despite all these injuries. And they've gotten some tremendous fight out of the players who've stepped into those shoes and taken advantage of the opportunities.
And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 3rd and just 2 to go. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. The Lions and wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown getting set for their next drive. And in the closing stretch of this season, right now he is poised to finish as the league leader in receiving yards. Goff on 1st and 10. Complete. It's Cooper. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. They're now set for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Goff. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit. First give on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On the move, past the 40. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Into the hands of Gibbs. And this one does not go far.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Tried getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for him.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
He stopped on the return at the 27. And this is a good representation right here of what the playoffs will look like come the postseason in 2 weeks. Still a few things to finalize, though, which makes this week and those divisional games next week incredibly important. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. So it'll be 2nd down. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
It's 3rd and 7.
Running back sent in motion. On third down, Purdy. That finds Ayuk, complete. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Lions and Jared Goff set to take over on offense once again. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Now here's a look at his production from last week and the part he played in his offense's victory. Second and 3 now. They bring the tight end in motion. This is Gibbs on 2nd down. He cuts it back right. They get 35 out of that one. And that gives the Lions the first.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Here's a counter give to Gibbs. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. From the 36. Has the connection to right. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Pass taken in by St. Brown. And they take him down right along the 30.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Bates' kick is up and good. And that one was beautifully struck. It goes right down the middle.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the 49ers on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Purdy on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long.
Reload, smash, hey.
Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. Jukes one defender, and he's going to work his way up to the 19. 4 yards there, but still a lot of digging left to do. It's 3rd and really long. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. Alex Alex Anzalone with the pick. Well, great team defense here. Somebody hit him in there, caused that pass to float on him a bit, and it gave the linebacker time to race in and make the interception.
And you know what team stands for, right? T-E-A-M. Together, everyone achieves more. It took all of them together. Took that rush to impact the quarterback and took that linebacker to deliver on the other end, a critical takeaway.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here to Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Okay, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Give him 8 on that run, but still a ways to go. 3rd and 14. Goff back to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Amari Cooper, the touchdown. And they've loved the scoring production he's brought out of their offense. That touchdown gives him 10 on the season. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Lions take a 16-point lead. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. 16-0 our score. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. Fox now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 9. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. And he's played a major impact in their passing game, too. Look at this. We're near the end of the season, and he's leading all NFL backs in receiving yards. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
That's a pickup of 9. And that's a 49er first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Left side secured by Ayuk. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Terrion Arnold in on the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
45-yard line.
To throw again, it's Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions and receiver Amari Cooper making their way back out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
That's St. Brown working the sideline, complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So now here's 3rd and 5. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Now gone. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be first down, Detroit. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. The 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And that gives the Lions the first. Throwing again, it's Goff. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And it just keeps coming, Kate. It just keeps coming. This defense relentless in this first half. 3rd time. Now this quarterback's got to pick himself off the turf when they quarterback. Because if you can't do that, this offense can't get started.
And the 49ers in a nickel set. 3rd down coming. Complete. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Bates' kick is up and good. And that will add to their score.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Fielded at the 7. And look at this return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. And in a 3-score game, Brock, they have to find a way to reestablish some control here. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they can just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun is Purdy. To the left side and reeled in by Kittle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And defenders are there to get him at the line. Tackled by Jack Campbell. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the Lions' 47-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Into traffic, complete. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Throwing from the gun here. Buying some time left. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
At the 31-yard line.
They kick the running back in motion. Completed here to McCaffrey. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Alex Anzalone there on the stop.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Here's Purdy to throw. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. Going the other way, Lions have it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Purdy throwing here on 1st. And he sails that one over the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Back to the air on 2nd. Purdy. Oh, he nearly reeled that in. As close as you can get. But just now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Well, we can see he made the catch. He definitely has possession. But did both of those feet hit down in the end zone?
Yeah, get that zoom button ready to go. Get the magnifying glass. Was there any green right between his feet and that end line? That's what they're going to be looking for in the replay booth.
They sent it out to New York just to be safe, and the folks there saw enough to change that call. Moody knocks that extra point through. And the 49ers shave some of the lead. It's down now to 12.
49ers 7.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. On 1st down, it's gone. St. Brown there to bring it in. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. From the gun, Goff. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Goff. Finds him on the slant. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They are throwing it again. Complete. It's Cooper. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Goff. Pass complete to Gibbs. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Shotgun snap here to Goff. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. Picked off by Eric Kendricks. Has room down the left sideline. And the 49ers will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately, Kate, flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly, well, it'll put that opposing offense right back out there, still reeling from that interception.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Pass it down close.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when, just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Purdy to throw it. And he will score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers make it a one-score game before halftime. George Kittle, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers trim the deficit down to 5. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Here comes the final play of our first half. Looking to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. That's grabbed inside the 30. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. So late in the half, Brock, why not take a shot downfield? And their prayers are answered as they come up with that late touchdown.
You know, this is just a case of who wants it more. If you're in that secondary, all you're thinking is knock the ball down.
Yeah.
Even if you make some contact, right, they rarely call pass interference on plays like that. But somehow, some way, the ball winds up as a touchdown.
Bates now for the point after. And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. That brings us to the break, and it's the visiting Lions holding an early advantage. As we hear from Jonathan Coachman over in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports Halftime Report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was the Bills who pick up the victory at home. Josh Allen, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson leading the way as his guys pick up win number 14 on the year. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Cooper Kupp leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. In the first half, it was the veteran quarterback Jared Goff who had command of the offense. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Fox now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Good looking return here, and he's got room. The 49ers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know why baseball coaches are called managers, Kate? Because they got to manage a lot of situations. And I've realized over time and talking to them, they love taking a situation, a game moment, and making it a team topic. That play, that corner right there, I know this is a head football coach, not a head football manager, but he's going to take that play, he's going to illuminate it to his team and show the fearlessness of his corner making that tackle.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's caught for the first. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And that's a 49er first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Running back sent in motion. Purdy on first down. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Amik Robertson takes it away. And the Lions are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Rush coming for Goff. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Second down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 39-yard line.
Up the gut they go with Gibbs. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Brought down by Fred Warner.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Trying getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And 4th and 4 coming up. Jake Bates out for the Lions field goal try. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And go ahead and make this a 15-point game now.
Boy, that's a familiar path he's taken here. Now the 5th time he's run out and gotten the job done. I know. You'd rather have him be PATs, but it's been nice having that reliable leg to turn to all game long.
The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They've got first down from the 31. They kick the running back in motion. First down throw by Purdy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Taking a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't go backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. I've had a hard time doing so with a double-digit deficit.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. McCaffrey running between the tackles. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Terrion Arnold in on the stop.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
3rd and long, Purdy. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. George Kittle, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
PAT up and good for Moody. And the 49ers get it back to within 1 score. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. First down throw from Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We've got enough data now through the years to understand that an explosive play on offense more often than not leads to scoring. We also know if you can create a negative play defensively in a tightly contested game like this, every play matters. And to get that negative play, put this offense on their heels, exactly what this defense needed.
Trying again, following the sack. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down. Goff setting to throw. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
From their own end zone, and he gets it away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the 49ers will go on offense. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. He'll cobble together a yard there. Alex Anzalone there on the stop. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Completed over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the gun, McCaffrey. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackled by Jack Campbell. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun is Purdy. Completed here to McCaffrey. And that will not be enough for a first down. Here we go, third and less than a yard. He's got it on the bootleg. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Back to throw it. He's on the move. He can't get away. They get the sack and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
The Lions offense returning to the field. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. 1st and 10 now from the 30. St. Brown, the receiver, in motion right. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It can be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
He gets 6 on that play, and that'll be 1st down, Detroit. Another one for Gibbs. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Running it after the penalty. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brought down by Fred Warner. Give him 4 yards there, and now we'll bring up 2nd and 16. This is Montgomery running right. And this is going to be a short carry that just reaches the 40. They get 3 on the run. Put a 1 in front of that now as it brings up 3rd and 13. Throwing is gone. Has him on the quick hitter. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
This one's headed for the sideline and out. We'll get the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. Now the 49ers getting set to go on offense. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions, and while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, Garindo. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. They put a receiver in motion right. 3rd and short. Here's Purdy. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt, or the explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Purdy throwing here on first. That throw finds Kittle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Lions' 39-yard line.
Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. First down, ball at the 36. Purdy looking to throw. Escapes the punt, and he won't find anything here. They're there to drop him for the sack on what's likely the final play of this 3rd quarter. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the 4th. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. On the ground, McCaffrey. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. They get 7 on the run, but still 3rd and 13 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here he is on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Gibbs now from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. From the 27. That's into the hands of Moreau. And he's brought down after a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you've got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Give him 3 on that game. And that gives the Lions the first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Going to the ground again on first. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Again, it's Gibbs. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, Cobb. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On first down, it's Gibbs. Juke the defender. And he's able to get it past midfield and down onto the 49er side. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. putting the tight end in motion. Here's 2nd and 2. They did it! He made the interception! Picked up by Fred Warner. And the 49ers have some new life in the 4th.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
And they may say they're not paying attention, but everybody maintaining a constant eye on the current playoff picture. A lot on the line each week for the teams that think they have what it takes to make a run in the postseason. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. It looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
DJ Reed there defensively.
They'll run here from the gun. And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. On the move, headed right. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun, handoff to Garindo. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Punt team on the field. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. This lands deep into the end zone. We're picking things up at the 20 after the touchback. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. On 1st down, it's Goff. This finds Moreau. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
They go play action with Goff. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
We get so stuck, Kate, on decision-making being the ball in the hands and where's he throwing it. The ball in the hands in the passing game, and what kind of decision is he going to make? When in reality, in this game, in the 4th quarter, decision-making is also knowing when to salvage a play. Salvage that real estate that's so important to try to play a little add-on and make this a 2-score game. That's not going to help in that decision at all.
He's back to throw. This is complete to Gibbs. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. The Lions readying for the punt. Jack Fox will kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Now out comes the San Francisco offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. New set of downs for them from the 46. First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Motioning one of the tight ends. Throwing now. He stays up. Makes the grab in bounds left side.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Trying to push this past the marker. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
That's a lot of trust you're putting in the guy who's known for shortening necks. These fullbacks are not relied to go get you distances like that, but he was up for the challenge.
Back to throw. Kittle brings it in. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. So before they try it on 3rd and inches, a timeout's called. Now to throw. That's caught for the first. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. The 49ers will call their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. A modest amount of time left, Brock, but crucially, no timeouts for him. It's first down. He'll look to throw it. Finds the in route complete. And he gets this forward to the 19. 49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Looking to throw it. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. So the Lions get the win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Huard and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.